I was really fortunate to grow up in a large family. I have 5 siblings, and my dad was home every night for dinner. And I remember talking to him about his day, hearing about what went on, but the guy never missed dinner. Sure, he got up super early. I think he was out the door in the 4 o'clock hour, but he never missed dinner. He never worked late. And that's something that when I brought to Kura home, I said, I'm not going to miss dinner. And our office is a ghost town at 5 o'clock. We start early. It's rocking and rolling at 7 a.m., but at 5 o'clock, that place is empty. And I'm at home. I'm having dinner with my family. If I'm still working past 5, I get a friendly little reminder that dinner's on the stove, and she's going to start. They're going to eat without me, so I boogie out. But our company is quiet, and sometimes I do jump on afterwards when the kid's in bed or something like that. We all have to at times, but I don't miss that quality time with my family, and I think that you instill that. And then when Hans comes on, he doesn't work late either, because we don't do that here, and it creates a culture of we are a family-owned company, and we value the people that work at our company, and that means that we have to value their family as well.
This is the Buffalo Community Podcast, all about the greatest small town in the USA, the people in it, and how it all works together. Here are your hosts, Tyler Reiss and Mark Benzer.
Hey everybody, we are back for the Buffalo Community Podcast. We've got Kura Home Maintenance. We've got Daniel and Hans here to talk about everything that you should be doing in your home.
Exactly.
I'm sure you already are.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We all,
no.
I
You
mean,
need these guys. You need these guys.
Tyler, be honest. If people were doing it, we wouldn't have a business.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I've been in enough homes to see that it's definitely needed.
Yeah.
Right.
So, take a second to introduce yourself, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm Daniel. I am the founder of Kura Home, started in 2016, service Buffalo, Wright County area here, based out of Plymouth, but Hans and I both live and breathe in the Buffalo area here, so excited to be on. Kura Home, we visit our clients' homes. Typically, it's once a quarter. We just do everything you're supposed to be doing as the perfect homeowner. So that's 32 different services, from cleaning your dryer vents, AC units, refrigerator coils. We provide and change all your filters, deliver your softener, salt, all those things that you don't want to be doing on a Saturday morning. You don't want to be standing in Menards or Home Depot trying to remember what size filter you have. We just take care of everything for you at an affordable price. We also offer one-time services like air duct cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, and AC unit cleaning.
You're a fast talker. You could be like one of those end of the commercial ones, like
Micro Machine Man.
Yeah. Got to get in there. We're limited time here. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And where do you come in?
So I handle all the sales, kind of everything sales related, whether it's franchising or doing the routine maintenance estimates. I walk through the clients' homes with them doing that. And so my schedule varies kind of on a daily basis, but we service the entire metro. So I'm all over the metro.
Sure.
Buffalo, Monticello, all over, doing estimates in our clients' homes.
Okay. Home maintenance. I'm going to jump right to it.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that is just you see in every home that people knowingly neglect or don't know that they should be doing?
Yeah, it's hard to narrow it down to one, but in every single home that has an air exchanger, people have no idea what that is. So I'll tell you, it's a box that's hanging in your utility room. They're usually about 2 by 2 by 3 feet, and it's usually white. It's hanging in your utility room. That is an air exchanger. It brings fresh air in from outside. Homes are built up, as and codes are becoming more and more strict, right? Homes are becoming more efficient. Your home actually needs to breathe. It needs fresh air. That air exchanger has 2 filters on the outside of your home, an intake and exhaust. So that intake has dust and pollen that builds up on that, so it prevents the air exchanger from working. Additionally, there's 3 filters on the inside of that air exchanger in your utility room. Those get really, really dirty if you're not cleaning them on a quarterly basis. That's always really gross, but things that make you almost want to gag, dishwasher filters. I mean, we find people don't know it's there. And we've done videos where we walk through Menards or Home Depot, whatever, and we flip every single dishwasher open, and every single one of those dishwashers that are being sold today has a filter in it. And homeowners don't know about it. They just neglect to take care of it. They don't know, or they don't have time.
I don't know about it.
Right. Exactly. And that's just, those are 2 things. We could go down the list of 32 items, right? Like washing machine filter, all these filters their manufacturers are designing things. And my favorite thing is you're talking to someone who's like, in the nursing home, they're like, oh, things just aren't built the way they used to be. It's like, maybe we just don't maintain things the way we used to. And for that reason, they don't live up to as long as the manufacturers tell you they're going to last. And
Sure.
And so if we're maintaining these items, your appliances can run more efficiently and they're not going to break down. And they should last as long as the manufacturer tells you that they're going to last.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I always enjoy those the very nitty gritty duct cleaning videos.
Yeah, that's another one that people it's like people compare it to like the Dr. Pimple Popper because we're getting all this stuff out of there and it's so gross and you don't even realize it, right? It's an area that you don't really look. It's almost like when you change your oil, you don't really see how dirty it is. You're not looking at your oil all the time, but you use this vehicle every single day. Same for your house. You're using every day. You don't look in your air ducts. You're not looking at these filters. And all of a sudden we come in and we just kind of bring it to light and it's like, wow, I had no idea all that stuff. If you haven't cleaned your air ducts in the last 3 to 4 years, or you've had something new, like a new home, a new construction project, a new furnace, any of those things that like create dust or you're changing things up, if you haven't cleaned your air ducts since then, we're going to find some really good stuff in your air duct system that you have no idea is even there. And people love that visual. They can actually see it. As we clean each individual air duct in the house, you can see all that junk coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the most odd thing that you have found in one of those things?
We find all sorts of things in air ducts, and a lot of times we do a lot on social media, and we get comments on there all the time, like, "Hey, this must be a staged video." It's just our technicians cleaning, dozens and dozens of air duct jobs every single day.
Sure.
And they just grab their phone quick and then record a quick little video. But we find dead mice, we found dead rabbits in air ducts before.
Rabbits?
There'll be
every animal.
Cats and dogs that urinate in the air ducts, and you can see toys, food. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, we found lizards in there, like the pet iguana or whatever that got out, and it's dead. So we get the skeleton out. Birds, Tom's point. But I would say the most unique thing that we've ever found that had to get escalated all the way up to us is in at our Denver location. We found a gun in an air duct, and it was from the 1930s. So at that point, it's and the homeowner's like, I just moved here. I have no idea what that is. So you have to get law enforcement involved, and we've found wads of cash, and the homeowner's ecstatic about it. So then the technicians get a really nice tip on those jobs.
Sure.
So, but yeah, cash and gun, and then it's almost
jewelry.
Yep.
Some moments of, oh my gosh.
Diamond earring. Yeah, we found that and gave it to the homeowner, and they're like, we've been here for 15 years and nobody's ever lost one, and they're like, go ahead and keep it. And our technicians are like, nope, it's yours.
I don't even have my ears pierced.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we had a unique job where someone lost jewelry, and they had us come in and clean the air ducts in an effort to try and find it. So we cleaned the entire system with a brand new HEPA vacuum filter, and we, in the driveway, completely spread everything out, and we're looking for the jewelry in that. So we've had really unique situations over the time. They don't happen every day, but I think the gun was probably the coolest. Handgun from the 1930s was a really unique situation, especially in Denver. It's, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's Wild Wild West. I'm not sure all those people are like.
It's a long time ago for Denver. I mean,
who knows if a cowboy ever lived there, but it's funny to imagine.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Do you get some people? I would imagine there's some health benefits to this. Where maybe people are suffering from allergies or something, and they're not attributing it to air ducts or what have you. But do you get comments like that? Some tangible health benefits that people notice?
Yeah, 100%. We just got a Google review a few days ago. It was a lady who was in one of my networks. She talked to me and she said, we just moved into a townhome, and about 6 months ago, my husband has never had a sick day in his life, but in the last 6 months, he's had to call in 3 times. We don't know what it is. We're really clean people, and what's going on. And so we came in and we cleaned the air ducts, and they were YouTube worthy.
There was a lizard in there.
It wasn't quite a lizard. It was worse. It was mold, right? So we come in. These people are actually missing work because they're so sick. They're having breathing issues, and we clean the air ducts, get a ton of dust. But also, because we do the routine maintenance side of our company, we're checking out all the filters in the home, and the humidifier filter, which unfortunately a home inspector told them you don't need to change this, just turn it off. The moisture in there actually turned into mold, and the air is still filtering through the humidifier filter, that water pad. All the air is still filtering through that in your home. And so all those mold spores are being pushed through the home, that paired with the dirty air ducts. And we turn the air ducts, we cleaned our air ducts about 3 weeks ago, and she just left us a review saying how much better they feel, and it's just significant improvement in their air quality. So I don't have scientific proof that I'm going to come in today and your air ducts, you're going to suddenly be in like an air fresh commercial running around through a meadow breathing,
running
right?
a 6-minute mile.
Yeah, exactly. However, depending on the severity of your home, and like if you're really sensitive to dust, and we come in and we get your air ducts clean and get all that dust out, you're going to be breathing better. I think of a home, the HVAC system, similar to your heart, right? You've got blood going out and blood coming in, and it all circulates. That's the same way that the furnace works with your air ducts. It's pumping air out and pulling it back in, and it's floating through your entire house. So by cleaning the air ducts, getting that dust out of there, we're removing that dust, the allergens. Like if you're allergic to pets, and you just bought a new home, and the last person had like 3 huskies running around inside the house,
You might as well have one.
yeah, right.
with you,
Yep, because that's still circulating through the home. So it really depends on the severity of your sensitivity. But if you're sneezing when your furnace kicks on, or like you're sitting there now with like it's finally the sun is shining in the area, and you sit there and you're like,
Hopefully
see
by the
dust.
time this airs, it is.
Yeah, hopefully by the
Yeah,
time. Yeah. So and you see just dust linger in your air. We're gonna get all that dust out of your air duct system and into our HEPA vacuums out of your house.
Excellent. You mentioned you have a few locations, and I do kind of want to get to your personal lives, just kind of get to know
Sure.
you guys a little bit more. You said Denver, Atlanta,
And Dallas. Yep.
and Dallas.
Correct.
Why those areas?
Yeah, for sure. We launched the Denver location first, just because of the similarity of the demographics, Minneapolis compared to Denver. It's growing really fast. Similar people live there, similar demographics, and if something were to go wrong, we could get there really fast. Usually there's flights every couple hours there. We've never had to, just because of the person that we have there running it does a really good job. So it's more simplistic. But we launched Denver, that went well. So then we launched Dallas, mostly because of the economy down in Dallas. Unfortunately, it was right before that huge ice storm hit. So we were like rocking and rolling for a few weeks. An ice storm hit in spring of 2021, and it really slowed things down. But from there, we launched Atlanta because Dallas went so well. Atlanta was the most similar to Dallas.
Sure.
So we have those 3 corporate locations open right now, but we're actually in the process of we're going to switch those to franchises and offer those as franchises because we can now sell franchises at any state in the U.S.
Sure. And just for people, if they are interested in franchising part, I'm assuming that here, yes, you get this 5-county metro area or X amount. Is there any information you can divulge on that?
Yeah, for sure. Right now, it's the initial package that you could buy in. We can give a lot of information. You could buy a location.
I'll stop you when I'm done listening.
Yeah, I can bore you to death with numbers. You could buy a location for $45,000. That gets you the answer book, our 600-page manual that tells you literally how to answer the phone to how to like finish servicing a customer's home and everything in between, what scripts to use, how to problem solve.
Yeah.
It tells you that the garbage disposal was invented in 1927 in Racine, Wisconsin. I'm talking every little detail that you'd ever want to know is in that. And that gives you a population of 250,000 people, 2 weeks of training here, everything you need to know. And then we're walking side by side with you as a franchisee, equipping you to be successful in your market.
Sure.
Cool. Hunt, I kind of going back to like the air duct cleaning side. I don't know where I heard this or even if this is true, but not all air duct cleaning services are created equally. I was always paranoid about hiring an air duct cleaning service that was essentially not doing what I needed it to do. Is that true? I mean, is there companies better than others in terms of equipment and being thorough with that?
Certainly. We are NACA certified, National Air Duct Cleaning Association is what that stands for. It's the highest standard that you can have in the air duct cleaning business. It's not required in Minnesota for us to have it, but we felt it very valuable for us to do that. And it's a pretty lengthy testing process for us to go through in order to get that certification.
Sure.
But to your point, yes, there's, Daniel, 3 or 4 really common ways that companies clean air ducts. The system we use is called a RAM air system. So we're not sending anything towards your furnace. We're not hooking up a huge vacuum next to your furnace and sucking all of that garbage and dust and everything down towards your furnace. We are pulling everything away from the furnace using reverse blasting air and a HEPA vacuum. So nothing goes down towards the furnace. We're pulling everything away from it. And we clean each line, both supply line and return line, and the main trunk lines. We clean those all individually, one at a time. So our process takes a little bit longer. We're certainly not the cheapest on the market. We're not trying to be.
Yep.
We're not the most expensive either, but our process, Daniel, you've tested and measured about every type of system that there is. Mm-hmm. We believe the way we clean it is the most thorough way for our clients. So we can guarantee that they're going to be clean. And then in turn with that, we recommend that they get them cleaned every 3 to 4 years versus what a lot of other companies will say is once a year, maybe every 2 years.
Sure.
So There's pros and cons to each system, and we really like the system that we use. Daniel could probably touch on that a little bit more, but to long answer to a short question, yes, there are a number of different ways, and you want to research the company and the system that they use before hiring them. Absolutely.
Yep. Cool.
I think one thing that would benefit the listeners is we actually have a few like blog posts on how to educate people and like really good questions to ask, because we would love it if you use our service, right? But at the end of the day, we want you to have a good experience with any air duct cleaning company. So some things that kind of split things up between like good, the bad, and the ugly is like, how long is it going to take you to clean my home? If you have a 2,000 square foot home, it should take about 2 to 3 hours for a company that's coming in and doing a quality job to clean those air ducts for you. If they're there for half an hour, I don't care if you're lightning man, like it's not being done correctly, right? I've talked to guys who've been in the industry for 25, 30 years, and they're like, you give me like a broom and a shop vac, and I can clean these air ducts better than some of these rookies. So it kind of comes down to the training that you're putting this, to Hans' point, we're NACA certified. All of our people go through a really thorough air duct cleaning process. And I also think it comes down to the business. For me as an owner, I grew up in a family-owned business. I watched my parents make dozens and dozens of business decisions based on the theory of 100% of the truth, 100% of the time. And that's what we do. We're not here to bait and switch, low price in, high price out. We quote you over the phone. We confirm, and actually every single client signs off on the price before we get started. This is the price to thoroughly clean your air ducts. There's not like a good, better, best option. Like we just want to come in and do a really good job. We don't want to give you like, yeah, but for $99, we could like
do a little bit better job.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
try a little bit harder.
Yeah, exactly. So tons of different systems out there. I think it really comes down to the system that you're using and the person that shows up at your house. Are they trained in to do a really awesome job? And is that the value that they believe in? Or are they just here really quick to make a fast buck?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, let's bring it down to the personal level. You guys both live here. Hans, let's start with you.
Yeah, I actually bought a house that you listed here in town, right across from Target, about a year and a half ago. My wife and I, we actually grew up in the same town, Litchfield, as Daniel did. And my wife and I are both from Litchfield. We've been in Buffalo for about 6 years now. We have 4 young children. 2 of them are school age, and 2 of them are not quite school age yet. So live here in town, go to school here, do a lot of business here, and you and I see each other about every Friday morning.
Absolutely.
At Caribou. So we love Buffalo. Great community. We're planning on being here for a long time.
Very fun.
We've had a lot of people from Litchfield on the podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
Honestly, probably close to 10 now.
They're good people.
Yeah,
Good people
right.
come out of
Yeah,
Litchfield.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, they're definitely interesting.
That's why
It's the Litchfield green.
Yeah, we need more dragons on here. That's what we need.
Litchfield green.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, I live. We live and breathe in Buffalo. Live on the north side of Delano, so not quite over here. But the school, my backdoor neighbor is in the Buffalo School District, so I feel like I'm qualified to be on.
Yeah,
but
by association.
Yeah, exactly. So we lived there for about 3 years. Moved west from even though our company is based out of the metro, we love the small town feel. So came out here. My wife and I have our son's 2 in July. We have another one coming in August. So
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Super excited. We're trying to catch up with Hans here with his 4, but we'll slowly but surely we'll get there.
Sure. Now, as it sounds like family men, growing business. I mean, is that how does the family react to that? I mean, it seems like it's unpredictable, but very predictable. I mean, it's just how's that deal with it? With a growing family.
I was really fortunate to grow up in a large family. I have 5 siblings, and my dad was home every night for dinner. And I remember talking to him about his day, hearing about what went on. But the guy never missed dinner. Sure, he got up super early. I think he was out the door in the 4 o'clock hour, but he never missed dinner. He never worked late. And that's something that when I brought to Kura home, I said I'm not going to miss dinner. And our office is a ghost town at 5 o'clock. We start early. It's rocking and rolling at 7 a.m., but at 5 o'clock, that place is empty. And I'm at home. I'm having dinner with my family. If I'm still working past 5, I get a friendly little reminder that dinner's on the stove, and she's going to start. They're going to eat without me, so I boogie out. But our company is quiet, and sometimes I do jump on afterwards when the kid's in bed or something like that. We all have to at times, but I don't miss that quality time with my family, and I think that you instill that, and then when Hans comes on, he doesn't work late either, because we don't do that here, and it creates a culture of we are a family-owned company, and we value the people that work at our company, and that means that we have to value their family as well. one of our client care coordinators, actually, her daycare, I think, ends around 4. And so from 4 to 5 o'clock, we've got about a 6-month-old baby hanging out in the office as well. So when I say we're family owned, it's definitely, there's family there.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's relatable. I mean, it's it's fun to hear that. You know, it's the being at home dinner. I mean, we all have young kids, and I think that's a very, very fun thing to see and actually be important. Like,
Yeah,
I'd like to not have to work
most definitely.
at 5. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can wait. There's not in our industry. There's not an emergency, right? Like, no one calls us and they're like, 911, I need my air ducts cleaned tomorrow. Like, that's not the case. There's no emergency. The phone, they can leave a voicemail. We'll
The
call you
lizard
back.
is already dead.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
We'll get it tomorrow.
Your air filter is already dirty.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Hans? As far as being in, what do you do for fun? What do you guys? What occupies your time outside of work?
Kids and probably right now Jeeps. I like tinkering with Jeep Wranglers, so I have a couple of them right now.
Cool.
And then hanging out with kids and family on the nights and weekends. So they're involved in activities, and I think our wives hang out on a decently, or know each other, pretty decent friends.
Yeah.
We have similar age kids, and so it's normal stuff that parents with young kids do, and
Whatever the kids are doing.
that's right. Right. Playing chauffeur on
Right.
Tuesday nights to gymnastics and basketball and all that stuff. So
Yeah. Do you guys hire do the workers, do your maintenance staff, laborers work for you? Has that been a challenge with so many people having struggles with employment and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, anyone who says they haven't struggled with attracting and maintaining high quality team members is probably pretending, or they have like one employee at their company. We've definitely gone through our challenges. At the end of the day, we try really, really hard to be really respectful to the people that work at our company, respect some of our guys. I mean, they want to play a video game at 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, and we try to make that work for them, right? So try to work with people. We have found that using Indeed has worked really well for us to attract, and then also having a few different job descriptions for the same job, right? So it might be like air duct cleaning technician, air duct cleaner, maintenance tech, but all three are describing the job in a slightly different way.
Yep.
That's helped us. Another thing that's been really beneficial for us is if someone starts working at us for us, and then about 2 or 3 later, it's really common that all of a sudden their friend is applying as well because they like doing what we do. So I think it's treating every single person at a company, no matter what level you are, we treat these people with respect and dignity. We really appreciate what they do. We try really hard to let them know that. Sometimes I fall a little short of that, but we're trying, getting better. But it's definitely a challenge for us. We can kind of play with the routine maintenance. We service about 560 homes in the Minneapolis metropolitan area. And so with that, that's reoccurring, right? If we see you today, we're going to be back in 3 months.
Yeah.
But with the air duct cleaning, a lot of people, it is a lot of referrals, but we can also kind of control that supply and demand with our marketing budget. So if we do slow down a little bit, we can pull back on that. But one thing that we've done since day one, after I got out of my garage, we had a few employees, is we try really hard to have 1.5 technicians on staff for each van. So if you have 10 vans running, we try to have 15 employees. And what that does is it makes it so that if a guy has a really a heavier scheduled day, we put 2 people on that. So now it's easy. You're back at the warehouse 4:35 o'clock. And if a guy calls in sick, we don't have to reschedule jobs. And we always have people that are in training. So it's kind of you keep people flowing through the system. You could run really lean and have 10 people for 10 jobs, but you're going to have to reschedule a day, and now you have unsatisfied customers, and you don't want to go down that road.
Sure.
You know, if I can, really fascinated because I'm interested about business. I mean, you built this from the ground up, and I'm just hearing so many different 3 descriptions for the same job. I mean, you're very, very analytical. What did you do before this?
Yeah, I worked for a company. It's local, Sparbo. They have about 5 different farms. They sell like 6 million chicken eggs a day.
Yeah.
That company is really, really awesome. And my main role was to create standard operating procedures, SOPs, on the processing side. So the egg comes in through the wall, and you've got this processing side, and we need to teach you how to do everything. Like, there's a certain way to put an egg carton in a box, and I put that on paper.
Sure.
A picture and a video, and then had it translated over to Spanish. I mean, the whole works for from the moment that egg leaves until it's on the semi. It was documented. So if the entire place walked out, the next day we could train you in on it was all documented, processed.
Yeah.
So creating a system, is super important to us. I always tell people, and I don't think this is the right way to say it, but I want to be as lazy as possible. Like even though I love working, whatever, I don't want to have to be like, oh, redo this. Let's create a process for it. And another thing that I've really tried hard to do, and I'm happy to do this, however, with the goal in mind of I don't want to answer the same question twice. Like if you're asking the question where, hey, how do I clean a garbage disposal, right? Let's create a system and process so that when a new person comes onto our team, they are trained in on it, so they just know. They're equipped to be successful in their role. Yeah. So I am extremely analytical. I listen to an audiobook a week. I work with a business coach. I surround myself with really great people. I mean, Hans is part of this big time, creating systems, creating processes. He's brought from his experience a ton of systems and processes in of just we are growth orientated, we are growth minded. And to make it so that we can do that, you need systems and processes. You can't keep repeating the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, and over.
And over. Yeah, exactly.
And over. Yeah. Well, I think it's fantastic. Is there anything that we didn't hit on that you'd like to let everybody know that's listening?
I don't know. I think it's if you have any questions about maintaining your home, Hans would be happy to come out. We provide a free walkthrough at your home, maintenance walkthrough, and we'll show you everything that we would maintain if we lived in your home. And you can pick and choose for those items, or you get a really nice report card sent to your home that literally tells you what you should be maintaining and how frequently if you want to do it yourself. I mean, it's free, and you become a better homeowner right off the bat. So happy to do that. If you ever have any questions, we love helping people. Follow us on all the social medias. We're doing the TikTok thing and Instagram. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Thing.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing the dances. So follow us. We love educating people. If you want to hire us, great. But even if we just help you become a better homeowner, that's our real goal. We really want to help people live in a better, well-maintained home. We'd love to help you in any way that we can.
Awesome.
Well said.
Well, you're like, ditto.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming in. It was great to learn a little bit more about it. And I'm hoping that any of you guys, I forget which one I'm supposed to be looking at here, can reach out to Kura Home Maintenance and meet these guys. So for the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tyler Reiss.
I'm Mark Benzer.
Hans Hogue.
Daniel Felt.
Thanks for listening to the Buffalo Community Podcast, produced by Edlund Media. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, as well as anywhere you listen to podcasts.